What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video today, and in this video I'm going to be taking a look at the NG Models September 2023 releases. We're less than 24 hours removed from the Gemini Jets October 2023 release announcement, and NG has already dropped the hints, and we already have ourselves the releases. Our hints this month, we have a bit of a smaller set, thankfully. It looks like NG has since quelled on the release sizes, and these are the hints that we have. We have 5 Airbus A319s, 5 Airbus A320s, 2 Airbus A330s, 1 737 MAX, 1 747-8, 1 757, 3 777s, 1 Tupolev Tu-154, and 1 Tupolev Tu-214. Let's go ahead and get into the releases. Our first release that we have here is a Baltic Malaysia 737 MAX 8, and I think this is the first of this airline for NG, which is quite a surprise given how many airlines they've done up to this point, so no remarks on that. Here we have another Fantasy 747-8. This is BOAC Cargo, which looks really interesting. So if BOAC was still around today and they had a cargo, kind of like British Airways World Cargo in a way. We have this Republica Argentina 757-200, so this is in a government plane, if I had to guess. And then up here we have this American 777-200 with the pink ribbon colors. So this is in the bare metal livery with a pink ribbon on it. So this is for breast cancer awareness, which looks really nice. I did get that chrome livery, and I'm looking forward to seeing that around the holidays. Right here we have this British Airways 777-200. This is in the Great Festival of Creativity colors, and it is equipped with Trent 800 engines. So there you see them just below the wings. Then we have another British Airways 777-200. This is the Panda Flight livery, and it also has the Trent 800 engines as with the previous release. Continuing on, we have a blank 787-10. So this is a good opportunity for customs to be done on this if you're in the mood to do that. So I appreciate NG's efforts on this one. And then right here we have a VC-1A, but this is an Airbus A319 I believe this is the Brazilian government, if I'm not mistaken, because somebody said that this was the registration for the Brazil government aircraft. And then there's also a second one as well. This is just with a different livery, so compared to the other one, there's a little less color on it. Next up, we have a China United Airbus A319. This looks pretty interesting with the CUA there and the red there on the tail. And then we have another one after that, just with a different registration. I don't think there is any sort of major livery variation here, so why they did two of the same reg, I don't know. Seems a bit odd. And then here is a long-awaited U.S. Airbus release, a Delta Airbus A319. I am seriously thinking about replacing my Aero Classics release, and this is something that I never do in my collection, by replacing a model with a newer product, because I'm very much satisfied with all of my models, and I would never have the audacity to replace any of them for any reason. But with the Aero Classics, yeah, I've been eyeing for a better release, so I'm thinking about getting that NG Delta A319, and I'm just going to sell the Aero Classics one whenever I get a chance. Here we have the Alaska Airbus A320. This is in the San Francisco Giants livery, so it has that sticker there just behind the wings. And I saw Panda do this not too long ago, so it seems interesting that NG is taking a stab at it as well. And also the Alaska A320 with sharklets. This must be a little bit of a communication thing going on between those two. And then here we have a Spirit A320 in the new livery, and I am thinking about getting this one because I have an A320neo already by Gemini, and I am thinking about getting that cockpit mask one that Gemini just did, but I'm holding off on that just to see if NG will release it here. But they did do the A320S with the IAE engine, so I'll probably pick that one up as well. And then we also have a fence tip variation as well for those that prefer that, so good to see that. A lot of U.S. releases this month, so happy to see it. And then we have a Lovell A330-200. Awesome. Like to see different carriers coming on here once again, and at least these ones are a little more desirable than some of their other choices, which have been questionable. And then we have a Lovell A330-300. This is the El Mago Pop Broadway Show promotion livery, as NG titles it. August of 2023, so this has already since passed, assuming that it was only in the month of August. And then here we have an Aeroflot Tupolev Tu-154. This is in the prototype livery, at least according to the NG website. This looks really nice, so I may think about getting that, because as I've said before, I have wanted to add a Soviet model into my collection. And here we have another Russian government Tupolev Tu-14. This one has a big dome there in the middle, and this, on the remarks section, it says, operated special flight to St. Petersburg as RSD 629. So not sure the details on that. And then here we have another one of them. This, again, just has more of those extra details. Radar equipment is what it says. And then we have an Air China 737-600. So we do have some 1 to 200 releases this month. I know I haven't covered these in the last few months because they always get their own separate announcement, and I usually don't have time to do those. So I figured I'll finally do one of these, and I think these have been announced already, so if you have seen them, that's why. Then we have an Austrian 737-600. This is in the old livery. And then continuing on, we have an AirTran Jet Connect CRJ200, November 449 Alpha Whiskey. I just realized, so this currently operating for Air Wisconsin now. Pretty cool to see that. U.S. Airways Express CRJ200. This is in the navy blue livery. Awesome to see that. And yeah, I think these have already been announced, so if you've already seen these, that's why. And then we have an America West Express CRJ200. Another good choice here for the CRJ200. And then we have another one here as well. This is the bigger titles. So the titles take over the entire passenger window line, which looks really interesting. I'm not sure if America West ever had that livery. Then we have a West Atlantic CRJ200 freighter. Pretty interesting here. And then we have, British European. I know a couple people have been looking for that, so that should be a release to please those guys. Then we have a Harmony CRJ200. This is a Canadian registered one, and it has the United Blue Tulip colors on it. So you see the different shades of blue and then the dark blue there on the belly. Pretty interesting. Then we have a Turkish government Gulfstream 550. And then moving along here, we have a United States Air Force C-37B. So another Gulfstream 550. Got a couple Falcon 7Xs now. This one is the Arab Republic of Egypt. So this is an Egyptian government Falcon 7X. And then here, this is a Dassault Aviation. This is a Chinese registered one, and it has a pretty much all black livery with a little decal there on the tail. Looks pretty interesting. And then we have another blank model in this release, a Falcon 7X, so good opportunity for you to do a custom. And then we have a Jiangxi Air, I'm not sure if I said that right, a Comac ARJ 21-700. This is named just some sort of mountain range, it looks like. I'm not going to try and pronounce the name, I don't want to butcher it. And then we have another one here. This is in the, I would assume this is the regular livery. Ceramic Art Avenue, City of something, with a little sticker there. So let me take a look at that again, see where that's at. Okay, that's about in the middle section there. And then our last release, we have the BOAC 747-8i, one of the fantasy releases and a future release that's been sticking around for a while. Then I'll take a look here at the future release section, which only has one plane. That is the Etihad 7879 with the Tom Cruise Mission Impossible colors. So that is everything that we have in this release. So overall, we're looking at a smaller set, but the 1 to 200 release effectively doubled that in size. Now, I would at least hope that they do have a separate production line for the 1 to 200 releases. So in that case, I would hope for no delays with this 1 to 400 set. But overall, it is pretty good for U.S. collectors for once, especially with the Airbuses. The Delta A319 and Spirit A320S are going to be my picks, and I'll probably pick those up here in the coming months. Hopefully those aren't delayed. If they are, then I won't get them until later. But otherwise, I'll be more than happy to order those, and those will be joining my collection, hopefully, in the next few months or so. May try to save them for my Christmas unboxing, which I've done every year now for the last several years, so be sure to stay tuned for that. I'm already starting to work out a list, and I'll have those ordered very soon. I'm taking a look here at some of our other releases. Pretty much the norm for NG. You got a good diverse selection, and then obviously your Chinese aircraft for the Chinese collectors since they are from China. Our CRJ200, there's an abundance of them in 1 to 200 scale, but I think all of these have been previously announced, but this is the first time that NG has included them on their website. And then your typical BizJet selection, nothing too exciting here. And then, of course, that Fantasy 748. So they seem to have an urge to do these fantasy planes now. I'm not sure what that pink one was all about, but my suggestion would be to NG is that if they're going to keep doing these retros, or they're going to do a whole bunch of the, not retro, fantasy planes, sorry. If they keep doing a whole bunch of these fantasy planes, I would at least hope that they do create a separate subdivision of their company so that they can dump all the fantasy releases there so that we can get what we want from NG. And that'll do it. So, 2 picks, Spirit and Delta Airbuses. With that being said, thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.